Good morning students, this is class 11th maths lecture 3rd of chapter 3rd trigonometric functions from the book Exemplar. Today we will discuss long answer type questions. So question number 22nd is find the value of the expression 3 into sine 3 pi by 2 minus alpha raised to the power 4 plus sine 3 pi by plus alpha raised to the power 4 minus 2 sine pi by 2 plus alpha raised to the power 6 plus sine 5 pi minus alpha raised to the power 6. So see, we will calculate the values of the sine at these given angles, right? So sine 3 pi by 2 minus alpha whole raised to the power 4. Now see, at 3 pi by 2, because it is an odd multiple of pi by 2, so sine will change into cos. So you will get cos alpha. Also 3 pi by 2 minus alpha. 3 pi by 2 is here, minus something lies in the third quadrant, and in third quadrant you know sign is negative, therefore minus sign will come. But minus cos alpha raised to the power 4 will be cos alpha raised to the power 4 only, right? Now we will calculate the value of this sine 3 pi plus alpha. So because 3 pi is a multiple of pi, therefore sine will remain sine. So you will get sine alpha, but 3 pi plus alpha means, now see, this is 0, then pi by 2, then pi, then 3 pi by 2, then 2 pi, then again after travelling pi, you will get it as 3 pi, right? So 3 pi plus something is lies in third quadrant where sign is negative, so minus sign will come. But minus sin alpha whole raised to the power 4 will be sin alpha raised to the power 4 only, right? Now we will calculate sin pi by 2 plus alpha whole raised to the power 6. So at pi by 2 sign will become cos pi by 2 plus something means second quadrant, right? Okay. And in second quadrant sign is positive. This is pi by 2 plus alpha, that is second quadrant where sign is positive, so plus will come. So cos alpha whole raised to the power 6, which is cos alpha raised to the power 6, right? Now next is sine 5 pi minus alpha whole raised to the power 6. Now you can see 5 pi will come here, and 5 pi minus something means second quadrant. Sine is positive in the second quadrant. Also at 5 pi sine will remain sine. So you will get sine alpha raised to the power 6, right? Now the given term will become 3 into cos alpha raised to the power 4 plus sin alpha raised to the power 4 minus 2 into cos alpha raised to the power 6 plus sin alpha raised to the power 6. Now see, this can be written as cos square alpha plus sin square alpha whole square minus 2 into cos square alpha into sin square alpha. Why? Solve this. You will get cos alpha raised to the power 4 plus sin alpha raised to the power 4 plus you will get 2 into sin square alpha into cos square alpha, which do not exist here. Therefore subtract this term with minus 2 cos square alpha into sin square alpha, right? Similarly, this can be written as cos square alpha plus sin square alpha whole cube. So you will get a cube plus b cube, plus you will get 3a square into b, which does not exist here, so subtract it, minus 3a square into b. So a square will be cos alpha raised to the power 4 into b is sin square alpha, and also subtract minus 3a into b square, so a is cos square alpha and b square will be sin alpha raised to the power 4. Now see, why we are doing this? Because cos square x plus sin square x is 1. Therefore we have done this. Now this will become 1, 1 square will be 1 minus the same term. Now minus 2, this will become 1 cube, which is 1, minus from both of these terms I am taking minus 3 cos square alpha into sin square alpha common. So from here cos square alpha will be left, plus from here sin square alpha will be left. Now this again we know is equal to 1. So you will get 3 minus 6 cos square alpha plus into sin square alpha minus 2, and this will be minus minus plus 6 cos square alpha into sin square alpha, right? Now 3 minus 2 will be 1, and this term will get cancelled with this. So the answer will be 1. Now question number 23rd is, if a cos 2 theta plus b sin 2 theta is equal to c has alpha and beta as its root, then prove that tan alpha plus tan beta is equal to this. So see, this is the equation given to us and roots of this equation are alpha and beta. Because this equation has two roots, we will try to make it in the form of quadratic equation, right? For this, see, first of all, here one is cos 2 theta and the another trigonometric function used is sin 2 theta. So we will try to make it in quadratic equation also in one trigonometric function, right? So we know the value of cos 2 theta in terms of tan theta and sin 2 theta also in terms of tan theta. So in place of this, we will write the values in terms of tan theta. So a into, in place of cos 2 theta, I can write 1 minus tan square theta upon 1 plus tan square theta, plus b, in place of this sin 2 theta, write down 2 tan theta upon 1 plus tan square theta equal to c. Now multiply, okay, take the LCM, 1 plus tan square theta will be the LCM and take it on this side. So it will be c plus c tan square theta, and here the numerator will be now a minus a tan square theta plus 2b tan theta. Take these two terms this side, then you will get this quadratic equation, which is tan square theta into a plus c minus 2b tan theta plus c minus a equal to 0. Now see, this given equation, which I have numbered as 1, has two roots, alpha and beta, and these two equations are same. But here the roots will be tan alpha and tan beta, right? Because if I let this tan theta as equal to x, then it will be a quadratic equation, right? So if this equation has roots as alpha and beta, so the roots of this equation will be tan alpha and tan beta, and you know the sum of the roots is minus b upon a, right? So tan alpha plus tan beta, that is sum of the roots, is equal to minus b, here is this complete, minus 2b upon a, that is the coefficient of tan square theta, which is a plus c. So this will be 2b upon a plus c, which is equal to the right hand side. This is only what we wanted to prove. Now question number 24th is, x is given as secant phi minus tan phi and y is given as cosecant phi plus cot phi. We have to show that xy plus x minus y plus 1, that is this, as equal to 0, right? So we will take left hand side, write down the values. X is this into y plus this is x complete minus y. So change the sign of the terms. So minus cosecant phi minus cot phi plus 1. Now in place of the secant phi, we can write 1 upon cos phi, right? And in place of tan phi, minus sin phi upon cos phi into 1 by sin phi plus this cot phi can be written as cos phi by sin phi plus this secant phi in terms of cos and sin, 1 upon cos phi minus sin phi upon cos phi minus 1 upon, okay, this should be sin phi, minus cos phi by sin phi plus 1 as it is, right? Now take the LCM. LCM of these two will be cos phi. In the numerator you will get 1 minus sin phi into this will be sin phi LCM. So you will get 1 plus cos phi plus take the LCM of these two terms. So it will be cos phi in the numerator, 1 minus sin phi minus take the LCM of these two, it will be sin phi. In the numerator you will get 1 plus cos phi plus 1. Now multiply these two terms. So denominator will be cos phi into sin phi and numerator will be 1 minus sin phi plus cos phi minus sin phi into cos phi plus take the LCM of these two terms. So LCM will be cos phi into sin phi. So you will get the numerator as sin phi minus sin square phi minus cos square phi plus 1. Now take the LCM of these two terms. So it will be sin phi into cos phi, and numerator will be 1 minus sin phi plus cos phi minus sin phi into cos phi plus sin phi minus cos phi. Now see, from these two terms, if I take out minus common, then it will be sin square phi plus cos square phi, and sin square phi plus cos square phi is 1, right? So we will get minus 1 plus 1, this as it is. Now see, 1 will get cancelled, sin phi will get cancelled, right? And also cos phi will get cancelled. So we will get minus sin phi into cos phi upon sin phi into cos phi plus 1. This will be minus 1 plus 1, and minus 1 plus 1 is equal to 0, which is equal to the right hand side. Now question number 25th is, if theta lies in the first quadrant and cos theta is equal to 8 by 17, then find the value of cos 30 degree plus theta plus cos 45 degree minus theta plus cos of 120 minus theta. Now see, cos theta is 8 by 17. From this we can calculate sin theta, right? And because theta lies in first quadrant, sin theta will also be positive, as in first quadrant all the trigonometric functions are positive. Now cos A plus B will be cos A into cos B minus sin A into sin B, plus solve this identity. This is cos A minus B, which is cos A cos B plus sin A sin B, plus again this will be cos 120 into cos theta plus sin 120 into sin theta. Cos theta is 8 by 17, then sin theta will be 15 by 17, right? You can calculate it. Cos 30 now is root 3 by 2 into cos theta is 8 by 17 given, minus sin 30 is 1 by 2 into sin theta. You can calculate it by the formula sin theta is equal to 1 minus cos square theta inside the root. So you will get it as 15 by 17, plus cos 45 is 1 by root 2 into cos theta is given, plus sin 45 is also 1 by root 2 into sin theta will be 15 by 17, plus now see cos 120. You can also calculate this. Write down this cos 120 as cos 180 minus 60. Now at 180 cos will remain cos, right? So you will get cos 60, but see this angle 180 minus 60, that is 120. It lies in the second quadrant, and in second quadrant cos is negative, so minus will come. So cos 120 will be minus 1 by 2 into cos theta is given, plus similarly calculate the sin 120. It will be sin 180 minus 60, that is sin 60, which is root 3 by 2 into sin theta is known to us, right? Now take the LCM, solve these, you will get this as the answer. Okay. Now question number 26 is, we have to find the value of the expression cos pi by 8 raised to the power 4 plus cos 3 pi by 8 raised to the power 4 plus cos 5 by 8 raised to the power 4 plus cos 7 pi by 8 raised to the power 4. Now see the angles given. First of all, see if there is any relation between these four angles given in the question. So we can see that pi by 8 plus 7 pi by 8 is pi, and 3 pi by 8 plus 5 pi by 8 is also pi, right? Therefore, we will make the changes in these two terms. This cos 5 pi by 8 can be written as equal to cos pi minus 3 pi by 8. Now at pi, cos will remain cos. This is pi minus something, that is second quadrant where cos is negative, so a minus sign will come, and 3 pi by 8, right? For this also at pi cos will remain cos. This is second quadrant, so minus will come, so this will be equal to minus cos pi by 8, right? But in the question you can see of both these terms power 4 is given. So when you will find the cos 5 pi by 8 raised to the power 4, this minus will get cancelled because minus 1 raised to the power 4 is 1. So you will get cos 3 pi by 8 raised to the power 4 plus in place of this cos pi by 8 raised to the power 4, because minus 1 raised to the power 4 is 1 only. Now this is twice of cos pi by cos pi by 8 raised to the power 4 plus cos 3 pi by 8 raised to the power 4. Now this cos 3 pi by 8 can be written as equal to sin pi by 2 minus 3 pi by 8. See how? Because at pi by 2 sin will change into cos. Pi by 2 minus something, that is first quadrant. In first quadrant, every angle, every trigonometric function is positive, so sin will also be positive, so a plus sign will come, right? So because sin pi by 2 minus 3 pi by 8 is equal to cos 3 pi by 8, therefore we can write down this as equal to this. Now solve this, it will be equal to sin pi by 8, right? So this raised to the power 4 will be equal to this raised to the power 4. So in place of this I am writing sin pi by 8 raised to the power 4. Now see, this can be written as cos square pi by 8 plus sin square pi by 8 whole square minus 2 into cos square pi by 8 into sin square pi by 8, right? Because this is a square plus b square plus 2 into ab, which is not there. Therefore subtracting minus 2 into a into b, which is this, right? Now we know cos square x plus sin square x is 1. Therefore this will be 1 and 1 square is 1 minus, now see here I am dividing and multiplying with 2, right? If I divide it with 2 and also multiply it with 2, so this is 2 square cos pi by 8 square and sin pi by 8 square, which I can write as 2 into cos pi by 8 into sin pi by 8 whole square, and this 2 outside, right? Now this is 2 sin a into cos a, which is sin 2a. So this will be sin 2 into pi by 8, which is sin pi by 4 whole square, right? And when you will multiply 2 with this one, you will get 2. And when you will multiply 2 with this complete term, this 2 will get cancelled with this 2. So you will get this. Now sin pi by 4 is 1 by root 2. So sin square pi by 4 will be 1 by 2. So you will get the answer as 3 by 2. Now your homework is that you have to do question 1st to 7th of chapter 5th. That is complex numbers from the exemplar only. Okay. Thank you.